Um, it is 2:09 p.m. and I'm in the car. Because about an hour ago, or almost 2 hours ago now, because like at 12 we went there. I went around the walk with a friend of mine. She's a little bit older than me, a lot older than me. But I went around a walk with a friend of mine, and we just talked about life and whatever. So it was good to see her. And then I've been messaging with another friend on Facebook. And then we got lunch, and now I'm here to see Nani. Hi guys. Just on my iPad, I had to do something real quick. But like, I'm gonna be real and honest with you guys for a sec. Today got like, and then yesterday also got like really deep at therapy. I think, I don't know, like, do you guys ever feel like lonely? Like, or if you just like, yes. Sorry, I had to think of who I was responding to because the numbers they pop up on my phone, but they don't pop up on my iPad because I don't have any numbers saved on here. So it's like, I just had to think of like whose number it was. But anyway, like, I don't know. I've been feeling like, I mean, I am chronically ill. But I've been feeling like this like sense of like chronic loneliness lately. I don't know, I would say for the last month. I have been feeling like this sense of like chronic loneliness lately. And even though I talk to friends and, I, text them and Snapchat them and whatever, like, like, I have friends and, like, I have people that, like, reply to my Facebook statuses and stuff, because I know people that they don't have anyone to do that, and, like, I don't know, my therapist challenged me to get off social media, and I'm finding it a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be, because even though I have, like, my friends' numbers, like, I'm constantly checking, like literally, like, here's the true test. Besides one person, literally all of my, like, social media friends, or, at least people, okay, besides this one instance of, like, somebody deciding whether they're going to come back into my life or not, and you guys can make your assumptions on who you think that's going to be. I'm not going to put that out there, because putting your life on the internet is not good for the world to see. I mean, all of it. So, whatever. Besides that one person deciding whether they want to come back into my life or not, all of my friends who either A, I've met through social media, or B, have me on social media. So if I were to take, like, a break, I think that they wouldn't, like, be concerned, or if, like, they were, then they can, like, message me and I can be like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, all of them have my number. Even, like, my friends in California, like, they have my number, and, like, they could check on me if they were concerned, or they, and they do check in from time to time, but it's hard with the time difference, and, like, I don't know, I've just been feeling, like, chronically lonely lately. And I just don't know if it's because I constantly see Facebook memories of me doing like I don't know, like there'll be ones of like college and stuff from like years ago, and I'm just like, I don't even like, you guys, literally, I don't even know how I functioned through. Okay, I took the bus, right? This was before the van, right? Okay, so hear me out. Listen, this was before the van. I took the bus, so I got up like every day at like, let's say 6 or 7, right? Now I barely roll out of bed before 8 o'clock, right? Okay, so I got up every day at 6 or 7. My mom went to work. I took medication, I've been medicated this whole time, but I took a certain type of medication. Then, for an illness that we thought I had, which I still do have, but whatever, the bipolar was like here, like it was like kind of showing its head, but we weren't, like we didn't know at the time. Anyway, probably should have got it checked then. My med was going off. Anyway, so whatever, I got up, I took my medication, and I ate breakfast. I sometimes got sick, just because of like anxiety and whatever. And then my cousin, my like third cousin Pammy, would come over. I remember I was filming my videos not on my cell phone, but on my Canon G7X, and I would lug my giant darn laptop. I can't say, I don't want to say whatever, but I would lug my giant laptop to school every day to upload, because their Wi-Fi was 10 times faster than mine. So I would like pre-film a bunch of videos, and then like I used to upload like Mondays and Wednesdays, I think. When I went there, that was like in 2016, 2017 time frame. So anyway, like I remember it would be no problem to get on the bus, like ride to school for an hour, like even though my school's only 15 minutes away, like we'd have to make like other stops like at the doctor's offices or whatever, like around me, because like a lot of like elderly / other disabled people took it, right? So we would make our stops, and then we would go to school, right? Normally, actually, I would get dropped off first sometimes, because depending on who was on the bus, they would kind of make it a priority for me to get dropped off, depending on the driver, because like they knew I had anxiety and whatever, so like they would get me to school on time. And then I remember I didn't even have my power chair at the time, so it was like this crappy chair. And I remember, if you guys go back and watch my videos, I squeezed into my red chair so I can have the power assist wheels, so I can get to school, so I can maneuver around school. Guys, I did a whole maneuvering around an entire school building by myself. No para, no aide, no teacher, no nothing, no service dog, no nothing, right? And then I look at my life, I'm like, I would go sit in class for an hour and 15 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. I had 1 3-hour class on Thursdays, like my 4th, 5th semester there or something. And I just, like, I don't even, like, those memories are popping up because, like, it's fall and school time and whatever. And, like, of course I had to post about everything that I did. Idiot, I'm the loser that didn't even finish, I mean, I don't know, whatever. It was really hard for me to go on social media in, like, May. Because, like, I was telling my therapist about this the other day. Like, I feel like my parents have nothing to brag about. Okay? So hear me out. Listen. My brother has a great job. He's engaged to be married to a girl that has a good job, too. They're engaged. They're going to get married next year. Or this year. Like this coming summer. My sister, nurse. My brother-in-law, engineer. They're married, My brother has a dog. I have a dog, I just feel like I'm like sitting here, like I train my dog, we train every day, we go on walks, we do, whatever. But I feel like they have nothing to brag about. It's like, oh, what does Emily do? Oh, what do? I go to the gym Mondays and Thursdays. Oh, I just started that 2 weeks ago, Or it's like, oh, what does Emily do? Oh, I had a doctor's appointment like 2 days ago. I had a doctor's appointment this week. I have like 4 next week. I have to get my baclofen pump filled on the 3rd. I have a dentist appointment on the 20th, like my life is like constantly around like my treatment. And like I wouldn't even like say cerebral palsy is like my most debilitating thing. If anything, it's not. If anything, it's more like a mental game, like what mental illness is going to take me down that day, you know what I mean? So I just feel like they have like nothing to brag about, and like it kind of makes me sad because it like feels like not that I let them down, because I don't think they had, I don't know, because we don't talk about this stuff, but like I don't know if they had any expectations for me, but like I'm not like the norm of society. Well, I mean, that sounds totally stupid, because like who is normal, what is normal, but like, I'm not like the average person. Like I don't have, a job, and I don't have like a degree. Like I have hobbies that could maybe one day turn into a job, but like I don't have, I love animals and I love old people with dementia, and I, love other people with disabilities, and I, would love to work with maybe like animals or something in some sort of like service, or like, therapy dog, go to hospitals, sort of thing. And I don't know. And I just like, like I'm reading like books and like audiobooks, and like, I try to pick like funny ones by like comedians to make me laugh, and like, I don't know. But I just, I don't know. I just feel like, for the last like maybe, okay, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I would say 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say probably since I was 15, and that was like 8 years ago, I have been trying to find my purpose. Like, what? Like, okay, so like not my purpose to live or anything, because I know like we all have a purpose to live, right? Like, so don't get scared or anything. But like my purpose to like, after I get out of bed and like I wake up and I say thank you God for another day, like, after that, it's like, okay, so what do you do to fill your day? And like, what are you gonna do to make the world better? You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I remember when I was in high school, I did have a best friend, but she lived out of state. So she doesn't really count for this video. But like, I remember that I was like friends with like at least one person in every like clique, type of thing. And my crush, well, he still is, actually, really, he still is, my crush. And I look him up every chance that I get, but I never really find like anything about him. And that's kind of something I always found like endearing, like that he didn't use social media, like that he was more like hard to get. I don't know. But he was a part of like the I don't know, like the stoner pot smoker circle. Like he never like did it around me. He was very respectful of me, and like he always asked like how I was, and like he always was like super nice to me and like whatever. But like, and then like I was in choir, but like the choir teacher never really made me feel like included. I was I was excluded from a lot of things that the choir kids did because of accessibility issues. So yeah, that was an issue. Also, it was very embarrassing on the school's part because considering that was like the only form of organized activity that I participated in, and it wasn't like it was like after school, like it was literally a legit like during school class. We got credit for the class and everything, but there's a lot of accessibility issues. Like sometimes you see like the viral article of like the wheelchair kid excluded from the concert, like because they're sitting here and like the other kids are on the risers up here. That was totally me, completely and totally me, every single time. I mean, I just think they were ignorant about like how to like go about like they were they were ignorant about like how to go about making it accessible for me. And that's not something that just like goes away, that like sticks with you, right? Like, and especially, I don't know, especially if you just like take time to notice those things. If you're not disabled, or if you are disabled and you know exactly what I'm talking about, then you get it, you know, like accessibility issues. And like the other thing is like I was talking to my mom about this too, and like I just think that like the kids from my school, like they talked to me from like 7 to 2, because that's when school was, like 6:30, 7 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My phone never rang on the weekends. It never rang on a Friday night to go do something. Part of that was like my anxiety, so like I wasn't putting myself out there, but part of that we think is we don't know if the kids necessarily knew how to like approach me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just a lot of like therapy just like makes you like reflect on things, and like at one point like you might have thought, oh, that's okay, but like now looking back on it like 8 years later, you're like, hell no, that's not okay. Like I wouldn't stand for it, you know? And I don't know. I mean, if I can go back and I can redo things, I definitely think I would. I don't necessarily regret anything because it's made me who I am, but if I could go back and if I could avoid certain people while like taking more chances on others, I think I definitely would. And I think sometimes when like a friendship ends, even though it's painful for it to end, like if I could go back and I can look at those red flags and I could see like, you know, what the issue is, like I maybe would go fix it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just a lot of like reflections, I guess. Thanks for letting me ramble.